Good. What's on crazy? Hey, Salaki, y'all, we had some technical difficulties first time. Somebody pushed the button and they know they pushed the button. You know what I'm saying? He's in here having a heart to heart. You know what I mean? We all gotta grow up at some point, you know what I mean? But we back once again, I.S.U.P.K. Houston. I'm Officer Knock teaching the class for the night. This is the Tuesday class. Last week we left off at we talking about a sign of the times or the signs of the times. How would you know? Yakaba, you live this time? You sure? You live? All right, Musan Cray. All right, well, yeah, last week we left off at where we leave off at it's a lot. So we were speaking about how will we identify when everything is going down? How we identify when it's the end? How you identify when Christ is coming back, angels coming to just destroy all this place? How do we identify when it's time for us to mount up, you know what I'm saying, to get together as brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, and children, and what do we do at that time? So last week we discussed when the Lord said He's gonna take us in the chariots, and during that hour, I don't know if we got to the hour yet, but during that time, there's gonna be bodies on the ground, and we're gonna step over the bodies, and Christ's gonna be there. I don't know if we got to the vesture dipped in blood. I don't know what we got to last week, but as was gonna roll. If y'all didn't watch last week's class, go back and watch last week's class because we went into that. Then it's also a class from before. What was the class from before called? Something about I don't know, but yeah, but this is part 3 to whatever class that was. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we're gonna get back into it. So give me Isaiah 26 and 20.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou, it's like enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors out thee. Hide thyself as if, it's like it, as it were for a little moment.
Go to verse 17.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 17.
Right.
Like as a woman's with child that dwelleth near the time of her delivery, that draweth near the time of her delivery, is in pain, and crieth out in her pangs. So have we been in thy sight, O Lord.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. We have been with child. We have been in pain. We have, as it were, brought forth wind. We have not wrought any deliverance in the earth.
Go ahead.
Neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen.
Go ahead.
Verse 19. It shall live together.
This is heavy. Go ahead.
With my dead body shall they arise.
Go ahead.
Awaken and sing, yea, that dwell in dust. For thy dew is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead.
Go ahead. Now start back at 17.
Final Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 17.
Good.
Like as a woman with child that draweth near the time of her delivery, is in pain, and crieth out in her pangs.
Good.
So have we so have we been in the sight, O Lord.
We've been the same type of pain that a woman goes through in the sight of the Lord. I mean, the Lord trying to deliver us, the Lord trying to save us, the Lord trying to get us out of one place into another place that's better for us. But we giving the Lord the pain, trying to raise us, to try to get us out of our hell and put us in a better place. We giving the Lord the pain to push us through the matrix. Right? Go ahead. In the matrix, you all know the matrix is us being born. That's us being born again. You know what I mean? So us trying to come out the world and into where Christ trying to put us into. The Lord got pain trying to deliver us. He trying to deliver us because it's natural. It's normal. But we giving the Lord pain because we don't want to, a baby want to stay in the womb. A baby want to stay where the mother is. That's why the baby come out crying like, I don't want to be here. That's how it is coming into the truth. When you come into the truth, it's pain. When you come into the truth, you cry a lot. I mean, you deal with the struggles. You deal with, you know what I'm saying, seeing your people, I mean, treat you different. You deal with seeing your brothers, I mean, in the world or whoever that was in the world with you go through their hell. And, you know what I'm saying, you like, yo, you ain't got to be on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't got to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And you see them die. You see the trauma. You see the death from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's the pain that we go through, so we cry. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is coming into the truth. You coming out of one place where it's comfortable through the matrix and being born into a place that that's unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying? You don't recognize. That's us coming from the world into the truth. Go ahead.
Verse 18. We have been with child.
Mm-hmm.
We have been in pain.
Go ahead.
We have, as it were, brought forth wind.
Mm-hmm. We have, as it were, brought forth wind. Go ahead.
We have not wrought any deliverance in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen.
Yeah, but we didn't change anything. We don't change what's in this world. We haven't changed anything in the world. Nobody fell to us. Nobody's bowing to us. We don't have no inheritances right now. We just niggas. We just spicks. You know what I'm saying? We just wetbacks. We nobodies right now. But one day the Lord is going to save us. One day we're going to come through that delivery canal. One day we're going to break that matrix. And one day we're going to be somebody on this earth. But until then, we in the womb, just feeding off a host. Keep going.
Verse 19. Thy dead man shall live.
Mm-hmm.
Together with my dead body shall they arise.
Yes, yeah, we're going to live one day. We're going to rise like in Ezekiel. We're going to be the valley of dry bones. We're going to rise like the body of dry bones. And when we arise, go ahead.
Awaken and sing, ye that dwell in the dust.
Now, mind you, Adam came out of the dust of the ground, right? The dust of the ground is the hell that we in, the captivity that we in. They're going to say, awake and sing. Scripture said, we put down our psalteries. We don't sing anymore, right? It say, awake. You're going to awake and sing. Once that time comes, we're going to be happy again because we don't sing no more right now. All our songs is about murder, death, and destruction. All our songs is about hell. Our songs is about popping mollies and getting wet. Our songs is about smoking weed and doing drugs. Our songs is about, you know what I mean, women shaking their butt, being in the club, and that's what our songs is about. Our songs ain't about being happy. Our songs are about being in hell and dealing with it. Because your woman don't want to be in that club. She want to be in that club because she thinks it gets her money, right? She want to be throwing her butt because she thinks that's what men like. But she don't want to do that. She would rather just have one man, if she was taught right. She would rather have one man and grow up and be subject to that man, right? The Lord isn't making her a man. He's making her a woman for a man. But women think that the Lord is making her a man and that man is coming to her one day. But she's not trying to conform or change to be what that man wants her to be. So instead, she go throw it in the club. Throw it for a couple dollars. The brother don't want to go hurt nobody. He don't want to do that. He don't want to be in no gang. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to stand on this corner. But he feel like he have to for either a reputation or a couple dollars. But brothers don't want to do that. But we do it because that's what's available. That's what we feel like is a representation of who we are. Right? You know what I'm saying? So when we sing today, we sing about that life. We sing about those days. And if we don't sing about that, then it's trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's trash. Like, we want to sing about being in the club and doing fun stuff. But that's not fun. That's just a quick release for when you got to go back to hell the next day. You know what I mean? So this singing that we're gonna do, we're gonna be woke singing. We're gonna sing about the destruction of our enemies. Now that's some singing right there. When you sing about, I mean, them people that hurt you, when you sing about them being hurt, that's some singing. When you sing about the days that the people that had their boot on our neck, and we got our boot on their neck, that's some singing. That's when we woke. Wait.
For thy dew is as the dew of herbs.
And it feeds the herbs. You know what I'm saying? That's what dew is for. Dew is so you can dew is that morning time stuff. That morning time moisture that feeds the plants or the crops. You know what I'm saying? In Genesis 1, I mean it was no rain, it was dew. Dew is how the crops ate in the morning. Right? And we are as dew for the herbs. Go ahead.
And the earth shall cast out the dead.
The earth gonna get rid of whoever is not becoming alive. Whoever is not weak, the earth gonna get rid of them. And when that time comes, go ahead.
Verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
Now, the Lord said we gonna come and enter to the chambers. Go ahead.
And shut thy doors about thee.
Go ahead.
Hide thyself as it were for a little moment.
Yeah, we gonna hide ourselves. It's gonna feel like a couple seconds. It's gonna feel like a half an hour, an hour. To us, it's not gonna be long. But you ever been in a fist fight? That fight is 30 seconds. I record on video like this. Oh, damn. World star. Oh, get up. That's the video for me. But for you fighting for your life. That 30 seconds feel like 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? When you in the fight, it feels like forever. But when you watching the fight, it was quick. So for us, it's going to feel like an hour. We're going to watch the fight. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be a little while. Go ahead. Until
the indignation be overpassed.
Then we're going to fight until the indignation overpass. That's the hellfire. Go ahead.
Verse 21. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
That's the people in the world. The inhabitants of the earth is people in the world. The Lord gonna come out of his place. He gonna stand up, right? And when he stand up and he send them angels, he gonna punish them like they punished Job. Remember, Job was like, man, Job went to go. He gonna punish them worse than Job. What happened with last week they said that his eyes gonna melt out your mouth and your eyes gonna melt in your head and your tongue gonna melt out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's the punishment. Go ahead, keep going.
The earth also shall disclose her blood.
The earth gonna disclose the blood of the iniquity. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be a bloodbath. Keep going.
And shall no more cover her slain.
Now, we tried to, cover it up. Like, it's gonna be wide open. We're gonna see that this is the Lord that came down and dealt with them. We're gonna see, like, you know what? We saved for a reason. We here for a reason. Because we'll know where to be when that time comes. That's what it's called. Where should you be? That was class number 1. You'll know where to be when that time comes. You'll know where you should be. You know what I'm saying? You should be with the people that's following Christ. Because if not, then you in the wrong place. All right, drop that. Give me Revelations 18 and 9.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 9.
Good.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her.
Let's talk about America. The kings are going to lament for her. Going to cry for her. They're going to miss this place. Go ahead.
When they shall see the smoke of her burning.
They're going to see America burning. They're like, damn. Donald Trump going to be like, damn. You know what I mean? What's his name? King Harry or whoever he is over there in UK. They're going to see their country going in smoke. You know know what I mean? Because they're going to try to run. You know they're going to try to run. Right? I mean, but the kings and the queens who ruled over this place, they're going to see this place up in flames. They're going to try to save it. They're going to lament for it. They're going to find ways to try to make America great again. But the Lord got a different plan. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torments,
Mm-hmm.
saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon,
Mm-hmm.
the mighty city,
Go ahead.
for in 1 hour,
For how long?
in 1 hour,
So when they say we're going to wait for a little while, it's going to be like 1 hour for us. It's going to be like an hour. And we're going to watch all of this. Remember, Christ says it's not going to be stone on top of stone over here. That city going to be down in about an hour. And we're going to stand far off, just like Christ and the disciples was. Standing far off in the town. They looking at the city like, damn, look at Houston. Look at Dallas. Look at this city. Look at how great it is. Look at how grand it is. Austin. And Christ was like, yeah, it ain't going to be stone on top of stone over there. You know what I'm saying? In about an hour, all of that's going to be gone. Can you imagine a whole city being destroyed in an hour? Can you imagine a whole country being destroyed in an hour? Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Doc in the run. That's why, we got these contingency plans. Because this day is going to come. The day is going to come when somebody is going to drop something on this place. And when that day happen, oh wait, I hope and I pray you follow orders on that day. I hope and I pray you know somebody close. That man is going to be more precious than gold. I hope and pray you know who he is. Because when that man is not around, then you won't be around. Because he left. That's why they follow the prophets and the priests. It's going to be like Forrest Gump running. They going to be like, where you running? Running? You know what I'm saying? Like, we going to run with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it should be. And there's going to be a whole gang of people just running. That's how it should be. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be like the times of Noah. They're going to see us building a boat. They're going to see us on the corner yelling, y'all niggas crazy. They're going to see, oh, damn, can I say that?
No.
I can't say the N-word?
I already went down.
Huh?
I already have to.
Yeah, yeah. But they're going to say, y'all brothers is crazy out there. Y'all brothers is yelling on the corner talking about the oppressor. Y'all in the corner yelling talking about the, you know what I'm saying, the pale skinned man. Y'all in the corner talking about them and how, you know what I'm saying, how they oppressing us. Y'all need to get a job. Y'all need to go get a job and go work for somebody. Where you get your phone from? How you get who makes your clothes? And they think we care. But one day, they're going to see us building. That's us building the ark. We building the kingdom of heaven. Right? Because one day, the earth as we know it is going to be gone. And we're going to be in a place where the Lord deliver us. That's how it's going to be. We want people to be saved, but not everybody's going to make it because of their own hard-headedness. That's what we know. And when that time comes, it's going to be about an hour. We're going to be standing off on a boat, in a chariot, wherever the case may be, looking at the place that we once knew as home be destroyed. We're going to be running through the wilderness, running through the river that's split for us, whatever the case may be, because we've seen the Lord do it before. Said the Lord going to deliver us from the land of the north. And when that time comes, we just going to be watching the place that we once called home be destroyed. So believe, we're going to have some sorrow. We're going to deal with the pain too, because our family is in there. You know what I'm saying? It might be our children, our mother, our brother, our fathers. You know what I'm saying? It might be the people that we love the most. They might be in that water. They might be in that fire. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the Lord going to indignation the earth with it in the future. You know what I mean? Like, we can't think for the Lord. So you just, that's an open book at this point. Right? But when that day come, just make sure you in the right place. I'm going to be right here in this school. Right here in this school. Because I know these brothers know where to go. Tazadak and the run got contingency plans. They're like, yeah, we going, market going to be closed in about 48 hours. They got it we got 38 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the plan. That man's going to be more precious than gold. Men like them. You know what I mean? Keep going. Anything else on that?
Come. Is thy judgment come?
Go ahead.
Verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
Mm-hmm.
For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
That's when America falls. Give me Jeremiah 16 and 14.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14.
What?
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Now, what did the Lord do for us in Egypt? The Lord had 11 plagues, right? Destroyed Pharaoh. Egypt was once oceanfront property. The Sphinx was sitting on the water, paused on the water. It was an oasis. Today is just a dust bowl, right? The Lord said, "Yo, put this blood on the top of your door, and I'm gonna pass by you. And if you don't got the blood on your door, then the firstborn of everything passes away." You know what I'm saying? And he took the firstborn of everything. He sent frogs and locusts. You know what I'm saying? The water turned into blood. You know what I'm saying? He sent what else? The date that it was no sun, huh? It was no sun for like 3 or 4 days. You know what I'm saying? The Lord just destroyed Egypt just so we could get out. You know what I mean? So it's gonna come a time when we not gonna say the Lord is great that moved us out of Egypt. And he did a lot to move us out of Egypt. Keep going.
Verse 15. But the Lord liveth,
Now we're gonna say it this time, but it's the Lord liveth. Go ahead.
that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Now, when this day come, the Lord gonna be bringing us out of the land of the north. What does that mean? Now, Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying, is writing, let's just put it like this. You got the time where we was writing in Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? We had our homeland. But everybody that wasn't in Jerusalem was up north. They was in Greece. They was in Rome. They was in Thessalonica. They was in Philippi. They was in Galatia, right? They was up north in the land of the north where the Gentiles were, right? They were among the Gentiles. So it's going to be a time that come where we say that that's the Lord that delivered us from the Gentiles, from the land of the north. Today we are still in the land of the north, right? We still here in North America. We still under their boot. We still live in Europe. We still live in all them lands up north, right? It's going to come a time where we're going to say the Lord liveth. Now, why would we say the Lord live? Because we think the Lord is in a book. You know, black people don't think that the Lord is real. Black people don't think, or most people don't think that God really exists. But one day we're going to say, yeah, God do exist. The same God that took him out of Egypt is the same God that took him out the land of the north. Yo, that cat is just... Keep going, man.
And from all the lands, whether he had driven them.
Go ahead.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their father.
Now, the Lord is going to bring us from the lands that we were delivered to, from the lands of the heathen, from the lands of the Gentile, and he's going to bring us into the land that was delivered unto our fathers. Now, our land is where we are, right? So if we decide to go to Florida, that's where Israel is. That's where our land is. That's where our people are, right? And we could go to Israel, but that ain't our land no more. That land is greatly perverted, right? We're going to go there like, what y'all did with this? What y'all doing with this? Nah. We ain't using nobody sloppy seconds. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go somewhere, we're going to make it ours. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers,
Go ahead.
saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
Mm-hmm.
And after will I send for many hunters,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Break it down, Yakabad.
Oh.
Behold, I will send for many fishers. Who are the fishers?
That's us. We fishing our brothers and sisters back out of the land of the
The
heathens,
Gentiles. The
Gentiles.
land of the
Come,
Gentiles. We
come.
fishing our brothers and sisters out of the land of the Gentiles. Go ahead.
Okay. And then when it comes to the hunters, that's us, the hunters. We gonna knock down the mountains, which is the government, the
There you
governing
go.
bodies. And
Go
the
ahead.
hills are the small governing bodies. You know what I'm saying? The
Go ahead.
ordinance and all that. And the local stuff. And we get them out all the rocks, all out of the holes in the rocks. That's all the skyscrapers and all the.
Yeah, that's them lands of Esau.
Kind of lands of Esau.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 17. For mine eyes are upon all their ways.
For the Lord said his eyes are upon all their ways. Go ahead.
They are not hid from my face.
The Lord said we not hidden. I mean, there's nothing that the Lord can't see. The Lord see us. He see where we are. He see, like he said, I know thy works and thy tribulations and thy poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not. The Lord know we in hell. Keep going. What you got?
Neither is there iniquity hid from mine eyes.
The Lord said he know the good things. He know the poverty from you, and neither is the iniquity hid from his eyes. Right? The Lord got our whole playbook. He know what we doing. There's nothing that you could do to hide from the Most High. When that time come, it's over. You either on one side or the other. That's why it's called Judgment Day. It's time to bang the gavel. All the stuff you did, you're going to sit in front of the judge. And he's going to look at you and be like, yeah, you know. Remember that time when you pushed that brother down the steps? Yeah, that wasn't warranted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, remember that time when you told that sister that you was coming over just for some coffee and you ain't never called her back? You know what I'm saying? All the things that we've done, you know what I'm saying, to destroy our brothers and our sisters, all the things we've done to destroy ourselves and our nation, those things will come back to bite us. And once he bang that gavel, there's nothing we can do. It's over. You on one side or the other. But that comes with your choices, right? You know what I mean? If you in one place, you're safe. If you in the other place, you're not safe. But that's when the time comes. They say that day gonna come as a thief in the night. So, you know what I mean? That's why it's always good to be on point. It's always good to be the best version of yourself. It's always good to be with brothers that can help you get through your hell. Because if you're not with them, you're gonna find yourself with Satan. You're gonna find yourself exactly where Satan wants you to be. Alright? Drop that. Give me Isaiah. Oh, keep going. Oh, no. Give me wait. Give me Revelations 9 and 6.
Revelations, chapter 9, verse 6.
You know what? This whole chapter is fire. This whole chapter is fire. Start at verse 1.
Kind. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 9, verse 1.
Right?
And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
Who's the star?
Lucifer.
Yes. Yeah, you said Lucifer, but
Esau. Well, not Esau, but Lucifer.
okay, let's say Satan,
Satan.
right? Because you know Satan is the spirit of Esau,
Come.
right? So the star fall from heaven, right? Now we're gonna see him fall from his. Break it down. What does it mean, fall from heaven?
Fall from his place of ruling.
His place of rulership, right? We're gonna see him fall from his greatness. We're gonna see him fall from the things that he have and from his seat in America and over the world, right? And it's gonna be given unto him the key of the bottomless pit. What's bottomless pit?
Key to the bottomless pit. destruction, all the.
There you go. War, destruction, death, slaughter. Keep going.
Verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit,
Mm-hmm.
and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace.
What is that? What is that's the furnace? Give me 1 second. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It's Joel. 3, 2. The whole book of Joel. We ain't even get to Joel yet. Keep reading where we at in Revelations. We're gonna go to Joel after this.
Okay. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Verse 3.
Now, what is the furnace?
Fire, liquid fire.
Okay, yes.
Aftermath and explosion.
Yes, right? And it's from the smoke of the pit,
Okay.
right? The pit is the hell, the war that they're gonna put us in, the destruction. And the furnace is the furnace is making the smoke in the pit, right? So the furnace is the hell that we in, right? Go ahead. And what do a furnace do?
It burns, it heats
It
things
burn
up.
everything.
Burn everything. Okay.
Go ahead.
By reason of the smoke of the pit.
And with the smoke, you can't see. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that it blinds you. You know what I'm saying? So like, and you know they tell you stop, drop, and roll, and it also steals your breath as well. You know what I mean? So smoke is not something to play around with. It's just as bad as the fire. Go ahead.
And there came out, it's like it, verse 3. And there came out.
Where you at? Verse 3?
Come.
Read verse 2 again.
Come. This book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit,
Mm-hmm.
and there arose.
So Lucifer or Satan opened the bottomless pit. He opened the wall, right? When that time come, he gonna open the door, open the gate for the war to come through. That war angel gonna come. And we should go into the angels too, them 4 angels. You know what I'm saying? Now he opened the door for the angels to come in, and that war angel to come through. Right, go ahead. And there arose out of the smoke, and there rose smoke out of the pit. Go ahead.
As the smoke of a great furnace.
Now, like the smoke from a great furnace. So now that smoke is the hell coming out of the pit. You know what I mean? That's stopping us from seeing, it's stopping us from breathing, it's stopping everything. Go ahead.
And the sun and air were darkened
Mm-hmm.
by reason of the smoke of the pit.
Remember we read earlier about that day of the Lord coming. It's going to be dark. It's going to be a day you can't see. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts
Now,
upon the earth.
What's the locust? Like, out of the smoke came locusts. So now he opened the key for the bottomless pit, and it was like smoke coming out. And out of the smoke came locusts. What's the locust?
Troops?
Huh?
Troops?
Troops?
Come.
Like an army?
Come.
Or like soldiers?
Come.
Or like warriors?
Come.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Upon the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and unto them was given power.
Now, what kind of power do locusts have?
Are they power to devastate crops, devastate the land?
Yeah. They got the power to destroy us. what they do? They bite or they sting? What do
They eat all the crops. They eat everything.
They eat everything. They
Uh-huh.
gonna eat the whole earth up. Go ahead.
As the power, it's like as the scorpions of the earth have power.
Now, the locust gonna have power just like the scorpion of the earth had power. And that power is gonna, like you said, eat or bite or sting or kill us. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. Those armies are gonna have the power to kill us. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
neither any green thing,
Mm-hmm.
neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads.
Now, that's what we just read. But the Lord said He's gonna get rid of the dead of Israel. But the Lord said those locusts ain't gonna hurt the grass. Ain't gonna hurt the ones that got the mark on their forehead. The mark in your forehead is you know what the Lord said, because you're not gonna be around that smoke. You're gonna be standing with Christ watching the smoke. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months, and their torment was as the torment of a scorpion.
Now, we know that when the Bible talk about time, it's not really a set time. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be like an hour or like 5 months, right? But whatever time it is, it's gonna be a short time. Go ahead.
When he striketh a man,
And the scorpion, you know what the scorpion's thing is poison. Go ahead.
verse 6, in those days shall man seek death, and shall not find it.
And man, those days, you know how somebody wish they pray to die, or they try to kill themselves, or they try to hang themselves, and you know what I'm saying, they try to lynch themselves this time. You know what I'm saying? Those days people are going to want to perish. Go ahead.
And shall desire to die,
Uh-huh.
and death shall flee from them.
Yeah, these is brothers that's seeing the hell. They not with us, but they seeing the hell and the destruction and the devastation that's going on, and they just want to just die, or they want to get away from it. But death shall not find them. You can't get away from this death and destruction because you've earned it. This is your reward for the way you've lived for so long. You follow me? Keep going.
Verse 7, and the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle,
Now this describe what the locusts were. The locusts were soldiers. Go ahead.
and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold,
Mm-hmm.
and their faces were as the face of a man.
They had horn. They had armor on. Go ahead.
Verse 8, and they had hair as the hair of women.
You get that right?
Okay.
It's like glorious,
Yeah.
or like you know what I mean. They
Spectacle.
it's like decorated. You know what I'm saying, or done or made up. You know what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Okay. And their teeth were as the teeth of lions.
Go ahead.
Verse 9, and they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron,
Mm-hmm.
and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle.
Go ahead.
Verse 10, and they had tails like unto scorpions,
Mm-hmm.
and there were stings in their tails, and the power was to hurt 5 months. It's like hurt men 5 months.
Damn, we about to go. Let's see what this is. All right, let's start here. Let's go to Zechariah 13 and 8. That's 14 somewhere else. Zechariah is at the end of the Old Testament. It's like right before Malachi. It's like one of the last two books.
Zechariah what, sir?
Zechariah 13 and 8.
13 and 8?
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land,
Mm-hmm.
saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die,
Mm-hmm.
but the third shall be left therein.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire,
Go ahead.
and will refine them
Mm-hmm.
as silver is refined,
Go ahead.
and will try them as gold is tried.
Go ahead.
They shall call on my name,
Mm-hmm.
and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
Yeah, it's going to come a time where we're going to know that the Most High liveth, that saved us out of Egypt. Now he's saving us out of this place. He's saving us out of captivity again. But all of us not going to make it. But the people that do make it is going to be put back through the wilderness, like we was coming out of Egypt, right? And this time we make it through the wilderness, we're going to say the Lord is my God, and he going to say that's my people. It's like when you get older and your father is proud of you and say that's my son, and you say that's my father. It's going to be a perfect love, right? That's how it's going to be when that day comes. But half of us, more than half of us, is not going to make it. Can you imagine 2/3 of Houston getting wiped away? It's a lot of people. Only 1/3 make it. And then the 1/3 that make it get tried and forged through the fire. And then those people are going to be the perfect people. You know what I'm saying? But it's also going to be that great multitude. Let's get let's go back to this. Give me what was it? I do want Joel too. Let's do Joel now. Let's go to Joel chapter 2. First one. We're just gonna read this straight through. Alright, it pretty much gonna break down itself. You got Joel. Joel is yeah.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, you said, start at verse 1?
Now let's read 2 and 1. We just gonna read it straight through. And if we gotta break it down, we just break it down next week.
Count.
Alright, go ahead.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Blow ye the trumpet of Zion,
Mm-hmm.
and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right? And you know the Lord, I can't help it. We gotta get context to read the story. The Lord said, my holy mountain, or my people, right? So blow the trumpet. Blow the trumpet in Zion and alert his people, which is his holy mountain. Go ahead.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble,
Mm-hmm.
for the day of the Lord cometh.
Now, when the Lord ring that bell, it's going to be a holy mountain, meaning we're going to have people already established, right? And the day of the Lord going to come, and that's the day of that furnace, when it's going to be like a smoke billowing out of the bottomless pit, the dark day. Go ahead.
For it is nigh at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. a day of darkness
Go ahead.
and of gloominess.
Go ahead. You know what gloominess mean, right?
Come.
Like cloudy or
Cloudy,
yeah,
overcast.
dark. Go ahead.
A day of clouds and of thick darkness,
Go ahead.
as the morning spread upon the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
A great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like.
So it said, as the morning come across the sky, that's how you're gonna see this great people come across the horizon. It's gonna be never people ain't never been seen like this before, and they ain't never gonna be seen like this again. Go ahead.
Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Go ahead.
Verse 3, a fire devoureth before them,
Mm-hmm.
and behind them a flame burneth.
Now you're gonna see the fire devouring before them, and behind them is gonna be stubble. Everything gonna be burnt up. Go ahead.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them,
Mm-hmm.
and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Go ahead.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Go ahead.
Verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of
What we
horses,
just read about in Lucas, right? In Revelations. Go ahead.
and as horsemen,
Mm-hmm.
so shall they run.
Now horsemen, they don't break their ranks. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ride just like horsemen. You're gonna see us like this. You don't see horses moving inside horses running straight line. Go ahead.
Verse 5, like the noises, it's like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap,
Mm-hmm.
like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set into battle. It's like a set battle array.
Go ahead. Set in battle array.
Battle.
It means the strong people set in battle array. Go ahead.
Verse 6, before their face the people shall be much pain.
Mm-hmm.
All faces shall gather blackness.
Go ahead.
Verse 7,
Before them, when people see them, it's gonna be much pain in front of them. All faces gonna be together. Gonna have that same face. Go ahead.
verse 7, they shall run like mighty men.
Mm-hmm.
They shall climb the wall like men of war,
Go ahead.
and they shall march every one on his way,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall not break their ranks.
So now, think you got gates across this. They gonna climb right over them gates. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be right in them windows. It don't matter what you got. Ain't nothing stopping them. Any obstacle is no obstacle, right? They're not gonna break their ranks, meaning they're not gonna turn backwards. You're not gonna see them cowering. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see them trying to flee. You're not gonna see them running backwards. They're gonna run like horsemen, right? They gonna be there and then here. Go ahead. It's gonna be like we ain't going one. We ain't one gonna be thrusting another. You ain't gonna see what you call it? No. You gonna see the discipline. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be pushing each other. You gonna just see warriors. Go ahead. Verse.
shall walk everyone on his path,
Mm-hmm.
and when they fall upon the sword,
Mm-hmm.
they shall not be moved.
Now, that day gonna come when we gonna all walk in our path. We gonna all stay in our lane, right? It's gonna be like marching, or as we call it, the cadence, right? We gonna all be in our one lane. We're gonna fall upon the sword. The sword gonna come upon us, and it ain't even gonna hurt us, right? The Lord said, no weapon formed against us is gonna prosper. You know what I'm saying? Because before you even get that sword to us, nigga do the yakarab on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, take the sword from you and hit you with it. Go ahead.
Verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city.
We're gonna run to and fro in the city. Go ahead.
They shall run upon the wall.
Mm-hmm.
They shall climb upon the house.
Go ahead.
They shall enter in at
Now, the Lord said this day gonna come like a thief in the night. And you're gonna see this day come, but it's gonna be too late. And you're gonna look up, you're gonna be right there, and you're gonna be right at your window. Go ahead.
Verse 10. The earth shall quake before him.
Mm-hmm.
The heavens shall tremble.
Go ahead.
The sun and moon, and the moon shall be dark.
Now, the people that's high up, they gonna come down. The sun and the moon gonna be dark. The earth gonna quake before us. Go ahead.
And the stars shall withdraw their sunshine, their shine.
Now, the stars gonna withdraw their shining. The stars is a double entendre because we know the stars to be, people that have renown. You know what I'm saying? But the lights you ain't gonna see no lights in the sky. And that's what it means. The stars ain't gonna have no shining. The sun and the moon gonna be gone. Because the sky is gonna be black. Keep going.
And the verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall utter his voice before his ark,
Go ahead.
for his camp,
For his what?
for his camp,
For his what?
for his camp
Go ahead.
is very great.
Uh-huh.
For he is strong that executed his word.
Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible.
Go ahead.
And who can abide it?
The day of the Lord gonna be great and terrible. And who could live it? Who could stand through it? Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Hold on, matter of fact, let me skip it, man. Go to 23.
Verse 23. Be glad, big, ye children of Zion,
Go ahead.
and rejoice in the Lord of your God.
Mm-hmm.
For he hath given you
The Lord, your God.
God, Lord your God. For he hath given you the former rain moderately,
Mm-hmm.
and he will cause to come down for you to rain,
For you the rain.
like you for the rain.
Mhm.
For you,
He will cause to come down for you the rain. Go ahead.
the former rain
Mm-hmm.
and the latter rain in the first month.
Drop to 25.
Verse 25. And I will restore you, and I will restore to you the year that the locusts have eaten,
Go ahead.
the
Cankerworm.
cankerworm,
Mm-hmm.
and the caterpillar,
Mm-hmm.
and the palmer worm,
Mm-hmm.
my great army, which I sent among you.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. And ye shall eat in plenty
Mm-hmm.
and be satisfied,
Mm-hmm.
and praise the name of the Lord your God.
Now. Verse 30.
Verse 30, sir?
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke.
Verse 32.
Verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. From in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the raiment whom the Lord
The remnant.
remnant whom the Lord shall call.
Now go to 3 and 17.
Kind of This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 17.
Right?
Let the priests, the ministers
Nah,
of
that's where you at?
Black. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 17.
Right?
So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain.
Right?
Then shall Jerusalem be holy,
Mm-hmm.
and there shall no stranger pass through her more.
We ain't gonna have to work for them heathens no more. We ain't gonna have to work for these Gentiles no more. When that day come, when the Lord deal with this place, I mean, we pretty much described how it's going to happen. But when the Lord deal with this place, ain't gonna be no strangers coming through us no more. It's gonna be Israel. It's gonna be just us. And when we live a life like that, then we ain't gotta worry about all the pain that we just lived through. We ain't gotta worry about the drugs and you know what I'm saying, in the strip clubs, and we ain't gotta worry about the guns, and we ain't gotta worry about the hoods and the barrios, the favelas and the ghettos and the reservations. We ain't gotta worry about that because there's nobody assuming oppression over us. You know what I'm saying? When everybody's in order, and we call the Lord our God, and the Lord call us His people, it'll just be heaven. It won't be no hell. But the only way hell comes is when strangers come upon us, when the devil get here. When we got the devil, then we get hell. Keep going.
Verse 18. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine.
You remember the scripture, don't you? Remember the scripture? Keep going.
And the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with water.
The Lord gonna give us a new life. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna give us like new wine, milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? The river's gonna flow with beautiful stuff. It ain't gonna be poison. It ain't gonna be hazmat. You know what I'm saying? You can't drink the water now. If you touch the water, you might have a toe growing out your head. You know what I'm saying? If you touch the water in America, you might just kill over right there. Because the water is not flowing with anything good. But he's saying he's gonna have new water flowing down from the mountains. Remember when COVID came, the ocean turned blue again. Because Esau wasn't doing anything. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna deliver us. And it's gonna be a beautiful land. Esau makes this place barren. Esau makes this place desolate. And that's why the Lord said he's gonna push us through the matrix. We're gonna have to go through that to get to where we need to be. And when we born again, we're gonna see that milk and honey. And we're gonna see that everything was destroyed because they was trying to capitalize. So in order for them to get them big buildings, they gotta make the concrete, they gotta make the oil, they gotta go dig up gas. And for them to dig up oil, somebody else's land gotta be repo. You know what I'm saying? And once they take your land from you, they're gonna put y'all in dog kennels in prison. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have oil all over all in the water. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna destroy the land to make their place better. But we ain't gonna have that day no more. Because the Lord taught us how to deal with the land. Keep going.
And from Slakia, a fountain shall come forth of the house of the land, Slakia, house of the Lord, and shall water the valley
That's gonna be that
of
truth.
Shittim.
That truth is gonna come right out of us. And it's gonna water everything. That truth is gonna flow right out of us. The Spirit of Christ is gonna flow right out of us. And it's gonna water everything. And everything is gonna have that same spirit. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate.
Yeah, the Lord said He gonna give us power. We ain't gonna have no famine. But Esau, where they living at, it's gonna be desolate. They land, it's gonna be a wasteland, be barren, because that's how they live. But they don't got nobody working in the factories. They don't got nobody working in the sweatshops. They don't got nobody dealing with their clubs, and they don't got nobody doing what they need done for them. And they're not doing it themselves. So it's going to just be a barren wasteland after the Lord destroyed them. Go ahead.
A desolate wilderness. For the violence against the children of Judah,
Mm-hmm.
because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation.
We going to live on, and they not going to live on. They going to perish off. I'm saying they going to see the power that we have now, and they know they can't deal with it. And so they just going to kill off because they can't grow. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said he blessed them with the sword. They a vagabond. They don't even have a home. But he blessed them to be mighty and cunning hunters. And when that day come, when they see that somebody outmights them, then they'll just kill off. What?
Verse 21. For I will cleanse their blood
The Lord said he's going to clean our blood. Go ahead.
that I have not cleansed.
The Lord said he's going to clean the bloodline that he have not cleansed. All the bloodlines that's dirty. Go ahead. He's going to clean them bloodlines. Go ahead.
For the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
Look. So when that day do come, man, that's it. When that day do come, and the Most High choose to move on this place, I pray the Lord that you in the right place. And we could have went in a thousand more scriptures, you know what I'm saying? But when the Lord do come on this place, I pray that we all in the right spot, man. All we could do is use these records to learn and become better people. All we could do is take what the Lord given us and use it for our advantage. You know what I'm saying? He gave us the blueprint on how to live. Now, I know we all came from horrible lives. We all got horrible stories. We all got backstories that'll make the next man cry, make the next sister cry. You know what I'm saying? The pain that we got to live through as Israel is is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord gave us this truth. He gave us these brothers and these sisters. He gave us people that love us. He gave us men that's willing to teach, and he gave us people that's willing to learn and come to class. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's willing to listen. And that is how like the Lord said, it's always balance. He got day and night, young and old, fat and skinny. He has balance. That's the way that the Lord is. You know what I mean? So he gave it to us for our own help, to get us out of the poverty. Because if not, we'll never see the other side. We'll never make it through the matrix. We'll never be born again. We'll be stuck in our mother's womb and never make it out. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine you perish in your mother's womb and never make it out? Oh, this goddamn cat. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine you perish in your mother's womb and never make it out? That's what it's going to be like for us, not making it into this truth. That's what the Lord's going to be when it's like, when it's saying, like, damn, I wish they would have made it out. But you didn't want to come out. It's up to that baby to go through what the baby go through. Once the baby's in the womb, the baby is doing its thing. If it don't want to eat, it don't eat. I mean, like, it's up to the baby to decide when they want to come out. Normally, today, America, Esau, they just cut their jaw. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to the baby. They say whenever he want to come out, whenever she want to come out. Because that baby is the one deciding its future. And if it stays in too long, then it never makes it. If it rolls around too much, then it never makes it. You know what I'm saying? If it don't come out feet first, then it just destroy everything. But the Lord is going to make sure you straight. He's going to guide your way. We all know that baby's supposed to come out head first. Somehow they all do. The Lord going to make sure it's straight. You know what I mean? So don't die in that womb, man. Once the Lord said we're gonna be over there with Christ, looking at the city just being torn to pieces on the mountaintop, and then they gonna look up and see us on the mountaintop and be like, "Oh my God!" And then here we come, right out them chariots, right out them chambers. It's gonna be like an hour for us, but it's gonna be like months for them, years for them, and you gonna see their land fall apart, and we gonna take the spoils, and our land's gonna last forever, and we gonna be the kingdom that comes after their kingdom falls. We're going to be the kingdom that comes after their kingdom falls. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have a new earth, a new heaven here on earth. You know what I mean? So that's part 3 of Sign of the Times and Where Should You Be. Y'all got any questions? Y'all know y'all could type in the chat or y'all can hit us up. I.S.U.P.K. Houston. The number on the screen. or come to class. You got the address going across the screen. You got classes Monday through Friday, and if you want to be in the school, sign into the class and take a screenshot of it so you can get some credit for being in class. These classes are to help you, I'm saying, become a better person, help your family become a better person. These classes are to save us as a people, as blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? So come to class. I'm saying, come chill with us, have good conversation, good dialogue with us, and learn how to free your people from their hell. With that being said, we're gonna pass the class off to Precinct Officer Yakaba.
We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6-month period in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'asharah, which means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of any penny, of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, or whatever size bottle. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, 25 days. It's like the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. Wednesday, December 25th, 2024, for 8 days. You can read about it in the book of Maccabees, First Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61.
Feast of Dedication is when we dedicate to the temple. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to dedicate to this place. We're going to bring something. I mean, clean up the ornaments. You know what I'm saying? Clean up the table. You know what I'm saying? Try to do something for the school. We're going to dedicate to the temple. You know what I'm saying? And give something to the school. That's the Feast of Dedication.
If anyone wants to become a trooper in a school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and their scarf. And these are the security announcements.
With that being said, men of Israel, Ma'at Shabbat. Majin, Barak, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Brakathum. Najim Matah, Saw. Men of Israel, going to get a sisters, one praise and salute. Men of Israel, Ma'at Shabbat. Majin, Barak, Yahweh Shemar, Latah Bashem, Yahweh Shah. Najim Matah.